Ladies and gentlemen, another day of Dallas Cowboy OTA practices are officially in the books, and we're going to go over all the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations from practice. I do want to start off this video by explaining that the media over there in Dallas, they're not allowed to show highlights or footage from practice, but they can show us pictures. But with that being said, we can still cover every observation from practice. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Before we dive in, go give a follow to all the Cowboys media members. Without them, these videos just are not possible to make. Hit the like button and let's dive in to the video. Now, I did want to take a listen to some interviews from Schottenheimer. We're going to do that a little bit later. But the first takeaway from yesterday's practice was George Pickens had one of the biggest plays of the day. And keep in mind, Elam did take yesterday off. But man, when media was there, George Pickens had an insane grab from Dak Prescott in a little bit of like a scramble drill, a little bit of a bootleg, get outside the pocket. Now the ball was falling like it was going out of bounds. And George Pickens comes out of nowhere, front pylon, kept both feet in bounds for a touchdown as he was falling out of bounds. Craziest play of the day. George Pickens, you can tell his energy as a wide receiver too is going to be phenomenal alongside CeeDee Lamb. And comment down below, what is your favorite thing about pairing up CeeDee and George Pickens within this offense? We also have Juan Thomas getting a lot of reps with the first team offense. You can see here, make sure you go follow Nick Harris on X or Twitter. He has been saying that Thomas has been getting a lot of the reps with the first team defense over the last couple of days, last couple of weeks here, and as we progress even further into mandatory minicamp, we're really going to tell which one of these guys are really standing out. So right now, you got Malik Hooker, you got Donovan Wilson, you got Juan Thomas, you got Israel, who's playing a lot of nickel as of late. A lot of these DBs are starting to look good in new spots. Now, we can also talk a little bit about some rookies. Tyler Booker is getting a lot of reps with the first team offense. That is a really good sign. Obviously, losing Zach Martin this offseason to retirement, you needed someone to come in here and fill a guard position. You have Tyler Guyton at left tackle. You have Tyler Smith at left guard. You have Tyler Booker at right guard. And then you got some other guys, Cooper and Terrence Steele, along center and right tackle as well. They've also added some depth with Rob Jones, Johnny Cornelius, Sadiq Charles, and Hakeem Adeniji. So the offensive line does look a little bit better, but then you flip sides, go to the other trench, and you got, Donovan E. I mean, this dude is a beast. He's getting a lot of first team reps with the defense as well. You have Micah Parsons, who has not been at practice. They do expect him back for mandatory minicamp, but with him out, you see Donovan E. here getting a lot of reps with that first team alongside Dante Fowler, who I believe has changed his number from 3 to 13, and George Pickens has went to 3.
I would assume. Mike and I talked a couple of days ago. Again, he's doing a little bit of traveling. But again, everything that he and I have talked about, I expect that he will be here. And like I said, I say it each and every week. Mike and I have had great communication, everything I've asked him to do and vice versa. He's followed through on, so I would expect to see him.
We also got to see a little bit more from Sam Williams. Obviously, he's trying to get back healthy. A guy they have a lot of faith in, a former second-round pick back in, I believe, 2022. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's another guy off the edge that they're really excited about. Obviously, had an injury last year, and he's working his way back. Obviously, from Tommy Yarish here. Sam Williams is still working with the rehab group, and today had a brace on that left knee, as we could see in this picture.
Yeah, biceps look huge. I mean, his arms. No, he's doing great. And again, I think Britt Brown does an incredible job with all those guys. The guys are rehabbing, and he looks great. Again, no timetable, but again, you guys see him moving and the size and the speed and athleticism. I run down there and check on those guys a lot just to see how they're doing. And he and Dono and all those guys, Demo, they're all doing great. Yeah, biceps look.
Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I am so excited for this DB room, right? We have no idea what's going on with Trayvon Diggs. He should be back at some point in time, right? We'll see what happens. However, there are still guys I love, okay? And the Dallas Cowboys did one thing this offseason. They prioritized raw potential, untapped potential in players, right? When you look at Kenneth Murray, you look at Jack Sanborn, you look at Kyer Elam and, Peyton Turner, right? These guys all have one thing: high round picks with major potential, okay? Now, Kaiir Elam from Buffalo, former first-round pick, dude, he is looking good. Now, I know I'm showing Kalen Carson here, but overall, that DB room I am very, very excited about. And Kaiir Elam is taking a step up where, listen, sometimes, right, if you're a first-round pick, talent is there. Talent is not the issue. Sometimes it's the fit, it's the scheme, it's the coaching. Okay, so when you take these first-round picks and put them in a new team, a new coach setting, a new just setting in general, right, sometimes they take off. And that is kind of what we're seeing with Kaiir Elam. Now, before we kind of show you and break down a clip from Brian Schottenheimer, do me a big-time favor, guys, and make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Helps out the channel so much, but most importantly, guys, make sure you guys are joining the family. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering the Dallas Cowboys throughout the entirety of this year's offseason. Now, you may be asking, what does that include? Well, not only are we going to cover the rest of OTAs, but then they're going to get into mandatory minicamp, which we might see some actual highlights from practice. We'll see what happens. And then they're going to take about a month off. From there, they're going to get into training camp. Okay, we're going to cover all of that as well. And then after all of these camps, we're going to get into what we call preseason. Okay, and our coverage doesn't end there. We got all 22 coaches film. We're going to be breaking down the film of every game. We got you guys covered. So make sure you guys are joining the family. Now take a listen to what Brian Schottenheimer had to say about Kaiir Elam.
So I'll start with Kaiir, obviously Florida Gator. First round draft pick. Sometimes it's just there's issues with fit, there's issues with different things, but the talent jumps off the film. We keep track of our players' speeds, each week to see who's hitting top speeds. And like I said, the one thing I'm most proud about is the way our guys run. Pre-snap, but more post-snap, the way they run and cover. And he's been consistently at the top of the skill guys on defense with his top speeds. I think he's really taken to the system, the coaching from DA and Andre. So I think he's in a really good spot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. But again, it's I guess we're June now. So yeah, we're June, but we're still in OTA football, and we're still limited with what we can do. And the defense does not have equal right to the football. That's the rule. And so therefore DBs have to pull off. But from a confidence standpoint, he's doing great.
Now, with all that being said, I am going to miss, or I'm going to not miss, but I'm going to end the video here. The only reason I said miss because I started reading what Micah said down here. I haven't missed a minicamp in 4 years, even though the contract is not done. I have teammates in playbook. I'm preparing as if I'll be on the field the first week of camp. So that's next week. So that's cool. Guys, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications so you guys can be notified every time we post a Dallas Cowboys video. And trust me, a lot more are going to be coming out, especially once the highlights from practice start coming out. And do me a favor, comment down below kind of like your own depth chart of the running back room. Something I've been very curious in. What do you think about the running back room? Is it going to be Javonte Williams? Is it going to be Jaden Blue? Is it going to be Miles Sanders, Phil Maffa, Deuce Vaughn? Who do you guys think will be the first three guys to get the most playing time? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.